Hey guys, it's Jonathan with the Positive Pin and Project Positivity, and I am here with Mara McDonald, whom I met a few weeks ago at a Zumba event. It was to help the youth about staying healthy, right? Yeah, it was really, really awesome. So Mara and I actually caught up and chatted, and I didn't stalk you, but I kind of looked at some of her stuff on Facebook, and her posts are always positive, and she's always smiling, and so I kind of had the idea that she was a very positive person, especially the first few minutes that I met her at the event that they did for children. It was, you can tell when people have good energy. And so Mara, please accept this positive pin for your very positive attitude. And when we caught up before, you were telling me some really neat things that I think are fundamental in staying positive. And you said your family, your upbringing, because I thought that was so neat how, well, tell our fans, how were you raised? Tell me some of the things, or tell them some of the things that your family did to kind of keep you grounded and wake up with a great attitude.
Well, I think a lot of it, they were things that we took for granted at the time, and I think that's really important, especially for the parents out there, to kind of stay strong. And there's a lot of things that might be deemed as old-fashioned now, but now looking back especially, I find great value, and they have heavily contributed to just all of the positive experiences in my life. So an example of that was growing up, my parents, my dad is very into like coaching and sports, and he's used to being a leader, and so he and my mom kind of raised us that way. And so we had family meetings every Sunday, and someone was taking minutes, and we were going through old business, new business, responsibilities. If somebody didn't do something, there were consequences. So it was a job to be a part of my family, to be a McDonald. It was a job. And a part of the meeting was awards. We had an awards portion of the meeting. And so we did it differently depending on the day. So one week, maybe my parents were in charge of coming up with the awards, and it could be anything. It was just construction paper, and you cut out the award, and sometimes it would be the Helping Others Award or the Studying Hard Award, or you just make it up. And then other times it would be if, say, I was in charge of finding an award for one of my brothers, and my sister had to do my other brother, and so no matter if my brother and I were getting along that week or not, I had to try to find something positive that my brother was doing, or that I noticed that my brother had done, basically. And then I would give him that award at the end of the week. And sometimes the one person would be in charge of everyone. So I would be in charge of my 3 siblings and my parents and giving them an award. So I think being able to balance, there was always a cares and concerns section that could get heated sometimes. And so there was kind of that realistic, and some negativity could enter in there, but then always making sure we ended on a positive note. And so not pushing the hard stuff aside, but really working through it, and then focusing on the positive, and then we always ended with dessert. So that was even more positive. But
well, that's a good point. It sounds like your parents, they had you learning some really good fundamentals, accountability, because you had to be accountable. You want to win that award. I need to study. I need to be helpful, and then recognition with the awards. I think that's great. We never did anything like that. I'm thankful. I hope that I was raised pretty well. But I think if we had those kind of tools growing up, it would have been really, really neat. So one of the things that I was thinking about today was we all have challenges. I mean, I have challenges I'm going through in my life, and I'm sure you have challenges. I won't ask you to say what they are, but think of a challenge you're dealing with right now, and what are you doing to say, I have this challenge, but it's not going to stop me from living a good life, or staying happy today. Do you do anything to do that, or can you say what you?
Yeah. I mean, I think for me, like, I'm working in university ministry right now in addition to teaching Zumba classes, and I think in general, throughout my life, it's and again, my parents raised us this way, so I'm very grateful of having that concept of, listening to your heart, or, checking in with, your Creator and seeing, okay, am I living the way that God is calling me to live? And so right now when I deal with challenges, I think it's waking up in the morning, and I've heard some of your interviews and they acknowledge, you know, how you start your day is very important. Waking up in the morning and first of all giving thanks. That's always a huge thing, so that, you know, when I feel so overwhelmed or so heavy-hearted or burdened with the stresses or what I'm going through, to really just force myself to shift out of that and think about 5, 10, 15 things that I'm grateful for. Which helps me to be in a positive state. And then also trust. I think trust is a huge thing, and just acknowledging that, you know, there is a plan, and that when it comes down to it, I believe that, you know, we're all given what we need. And again, it's trust. And so I might be in a situation where I feel totally unprepared or unequipped. I'm the worst person for this position. But you know what? I have to rely on a greater power and just know that I'm going to do my part to, you know, be present and show up and be transparent, so that, you know, that greater power, whether it's love, the Holy Spirit, God, can work through me. And so then, in a sense, it lifts the heavy burden off, because it's like, I really don't have to do anything. Because, you know, it's, as long as I am intentional and I do my best and continue to keep myself centered, whether it's through prayer, whether it's, you know, just spending quiet time with yourself, putting yourself in the presence of positive people, you know, reading something positive. Those are all things, taking care of ourselves physically, finding your outlets, you know. I think outlets are huge. So really making sure that you keep your heart light. I think that's laughing. That's a really good one.
Yeah. Before we go, I want to say, tell our fans about the Zumba thing, because what I noticed when you gave the class was that people were exercising, and it just, you could see the joy and the happiness and the positivity in them. So I would imagine exercising really keeps you happy and healthy, right?
Yeah.
So if our fans are interested in doing some Zumba, now you have to be in San Antonio, unless you're doing the worldwide tour, but if you're in San Antonio, where can they go? Do you have a website or?
Yeah, well, you can look on Facebook. I have a page. It's Mara Marita, or maramerita.com, and it's MARAMARITA. Or you can go to the Zumba.com website if you want my Zumba classes. And right now I'm only teaching on Tuesdays and Thursdays here at Our Lady of the Lake at 5:45 on a consistent basis, but then I'm also looking to do, we just this past weekend we did a Zumba fundraiser. I'm trying to do at least one like big Zumba class, an hour and a half or 2 hours for a cause once a month. So on my Facebook page I keep updates on that. And I think the biggest thing, one of my biggest like loves of Zumba is that it brings so many different kinds of people together. So you look, and it's such a diverse crowd. Like, it's for everybody. It doesn't matter your age, your size. If you like to dance, if you like fitness,
I need to get in
you
there.
should come.
I need to get in there.
And it's just literally shaking off your stress. And, you know, we all have burdens, and sometimes it's that 1 hour that we can forget about it, and we can laugh at ourselves and say, oh my gosh, I can't believe what move is this? What am I doing? And so it's really freeing. And for me, it's like, it's a sense of just, you offer it up, you know, and we're all in it together and taking care of ourselves and just being thankful for what we have.
Cool. Well, I am going to take some Zumba classes, and it's recorded, so I have to do it. So, guys, thank you for joining us again. If you're interested in getting a positive pin, please go to our webpage. The webpage is www.positivepin.com. Or if you'd like to see other fantastic testimonials by really positive, great people that are contributing to society like Mara, go to our blog. It's www.thinkpositiveblog.com, and we will see you on our next installment.